Welcome to day 4 of my mini-series, A Guide to Sashiko Stitching. And today, whilst I just start stitching up this very first sample piece, I wanted to give you a real brief overview of the traditional Japanese hand stitching technique and its history. So Sashiko means little stabs or small pierce, and it originated in rural Japan in the 1600s. So it began as a practical method for mending and reinforcing clothing that was worn by farmers and fishermen. And they used simple running stitches to strengthen fabrics to extend their life. You know, garments weren't discarded. People stitched over them. They mended them. They layered fabrics together. And these tiny stabs, these tiny stitches kept those layers together and added a beauty to these garments that were being mended out of necessity. Over time, these stitches, they evolved into like decorative motifs that were inspired by nature, by waves, by mountains, by leaves, by animals, and they all carried symbolic meaning. Now, traditionally, Sashiko was stitched with white thread on indigo dyed cotton, and it created this striking contrast between the tiny, bright white stitches and the darker fabric. Now, today it's practiced worldwide as a meditative and mindful craft, and it's valued for its slow pace and its tactile satisfaction, for its versatility. But it's really important that we look at its cultural depth as well. And I'm still on my journey. As makers and creators, it's important that we become familiar with the history of an art or a craft and looking at where they originated from, why people used it. It's also important. And I'm just in awe of this beautiful cultural technique that has evolved over time, but it's still really important to acknowledge the history, especially when it's not your history. Can't really learn the full art of Sashiko unless you are learning about the history as well. So I just want to share that with you today. Now, this sample piece that I've been stitching, as I've told you, just a small amount, just a snippet of the history of beautiful Sashiko, is a real beginner piece. It's a nice, simple warm-up. It's small stitches, and I hope you give it a try. Let me know what you think, and tomorrow I'll show you how to add colour to a piece just like this. So join me for day 5.